get to work out your imagination when you read books.
I love reading.
I think reading helps you get somewhere.
It just unlocks the whole world to them.
That was one of my first real books, and ever since then I've loved reading.
Yeah, it changed my reading life. I really liked reading after.
This is my favorite day of the year. It's even more favorite than Christmas.
In Springfield, Oregon, the greatest gift we give our kids is the gift of literacy.
Sparkle in their eyes and the elation of how happy they are to get a book. Because some of these kids, it's their very first hardbound book.
Every year, every first grader in the district receives a hardbound book from the gift of literacy.
And what's great about this program is it's inspiring young readers through partnership, and it's all the partnerships throughout our community that make this possible.
So I brought it up here and talked to Nancy about it, Nancy Golden, and Nancy bought in, all the principals bought in, the Rotary clubs brought in, and that's how it started.
And I was on the top row, and I got the book, and we put the sticker in it and wrote our name on it. That's basically what I remember.
The book opens a new chapter for many students and helps create the love of reading. Books provide a glimpse into a world some have never seen.
And I can basically go anywhere I want, do anything I want, and it gives me different perspectives from other people's lives that I maybe have never thought about.
Each and every year, local business, community partners, Rotary clubs, and our Team Springfield partner agencies step up and provide the resources and volunteers to make this possible.
No leopard. People and business owners in the community pay 100% of the program costs through their donations.
We've had guest authors come, which really helps us grow this a little bit, and we've expanded to include providing library cards to our students so they can actually continue literacy beyond just the day of the event.
Every first grader in the Springfield School District, both inside and outside the city limits, also receives a library card.
We get copies of the books. Kids who get these books come to the library. They want to read more. They want to check them out. They're excited to see their gift of literacy books here, and that's really fun too.
Students select one of 10 books chosen by a committee as this year's gift of literacy books. The committee makes book selection based on a strict criteria.
But in first grade, the magic just happens. They just figure out how to decode words and read sentences and paragraphs, and when they can really read a book, their little faces just light up.
Students spend months learning and reading and becoming familiar with the books.
For a lot of kids, it's the first book they've ever owned, and they've heard the book, and they've had it in the classroom, and they feel like they can read it.
First graders Rainey and Christopher know a book is coming. They already picked it out.
It makes you smarter, and I just like to read because it's really fun to read, and there's really good stuff in books.
Gift of Literacy Day is a very big deal in Springfield. Students arrive at Lane Community College where the celebration begins. Community leaders read to them.
Everybody from the bus drivers to the custodians to the staff, teachers in the building, secretaries, all the way up to the mayor in our community and other famous guest readers that are there.
They look around and they see their mayor, they see business leaders, they see their superintendent, they see their congressman, and they say, wow, these people are really invested in me, they're here to support me, and they're telling me if I read, I could be successful like them someday.
That day, that book, that gift is something many students remember years later.
Her name's Jackie Mitchell, and she striked out Babe Ruth. She was the first ever girl to play baseball in a major league.
Maya and many like her still have their gift of literacy books.
For me, that girls can do things that guys do as well.
Their brown eyes glinting at the sight of the soggy little hyena.
When we got together with these middle schoolers from the first Gift of Literacy 2006,
a few wildebeests were there too for an evening drink.
Without encouragement from anyone, they picked up one of those original books and started reading to each other.
Instead of spending hours hungrily scrounging for meager meals,
That is the power of books. That is the power of reading, and that is the motivation behind the Gift of Literacy program. Books change perspectives.
If there's a character that I like, I almost act like it's me. Just like get into the book and have fun with it.
Books inspire us to read more.
It helped me because I've never had that many books, and it was one of my first. And after that book I think actually got me started reading chapter books.
Books change people.
Literacy is the gateway skill, and we need to start that gateway skill early on. And if we start it in first grade and make sure every child knows how important we think it is, it sends a big message to parents and kids that this is what we're starting with, this is what's important.
Books help unravel who we are and why we care.
Yes, I am a proud bookworm because I love books.
The Gift of Literacy defines Springfield, Oregon.
This is the greatest legacy anyone could leave as an educator, because you're touching nearly 1,000 kids each year, and you're inspiring them on their journey of education.
A love of learning is created one book at a time.
We want students to open that book and say, this book is for me. The Springfield community gave me this book, and it means that they're invested in me, and they gave me my first step. And we want them always to look back to that and say, this is where I launched my love of reading, and thank you to Springfield, and to always have that deep connection to Springfield through this partnership.
You're putting your money where your mouth is. You're really saying, this is valued by our school, our community. We think it's important enough to have a whole celebration around it, and it sets the tone for the rest of their school career.